Hi there, I'm Tiffany Rodius from the Ghana Revenue Authority. This week, we focus on excise stamps. What are they, why they were introduced, and how they are helping in reducing the trade of illicit alcohol and tobacco products. Focus on GRA begins now. Welcome to Focus on GRA, a program of information for taxpayer education. On November 1, 2025, the Customs, Excise and Trade Operations launched 3 new excise stamps to supplement and replace corresponding excise stamps. Comptroller of Customs, Mr. Rohan Biku, explains why these new stamps were introduced. The new excise stamps will be placed on alcohol products that have been legally imported into Guyana and took effect from November 1, 2025.
The GRA, partnering once again with CBN, has introduced 3 new excise stamps. These stamps will replace the correspondence stamps that were used, and they offer a range of improvements over the others, if I may put it as that. This system is also supplemented by an improved version of the software, the one that we call the Excise Stamp system. That software now offers more flexibility as it regards to tracking, as it regards to tracing, as it regards to basically stamp management to show where each stamp has been placed and if the stamps on those products are legitimate.
The stamping of alcohol and tobacco products was first introduced in 2017.
The aim of this measure was to reduce the illicit trade of those items in particular by placing a stamp on the bottles or on the pack of cigarettes to show that the correct excise taxes, duties, VAT, and so on, all the taxes have been paid. Since the introduction of those, the program would have been successful.
While the excise stamps for tobacco products remain the same, 3 new stamps have been introduced to replace the stamps used on alcohol products.
The 3 stamps launched are, one is a tax-paid alcohol stamp that would be for up to 500 milliliter bottles of alcohol. Then there's a tax-paid alcohol stamp for over 500 milliliters. And then there is a duty-free alcohol stamps.
The 3 new excise stamps are part of the GRA's effort to improve the efficiency and administration of the customs operations while aligning the excise stamp system with global benchmarks.
These stamps are backed by the enforcement capabilities. Now, having placed the stamps on the products, it doesn't end there. The excise and the enforcement teams now will have more tools at their disposal to monitor these stamps to see if they were tampered with, to see if they were counterfeit, to see if they were reused, and all of these things. And I should remind that huge penalties are applicable should such be discovered.
Importers, wholesalers, and retailers are reminded that, in accordance with the regulations of the Customs Act, Chapter 8201, it is a summary offense to import any goods on which excise stamp should be affixed without being registered with the Commissioner General under these regulations. Failure to affix an excise stamp on the package of goods in such a secure manner as the Commissioner General prescribes, possess goods on which the excise stamps have not been affixed, attempt to acquire excise stamp without the approval of the Comptroller or Commissioner General, print or in any way create excise stamp without the authority of the Comptroller or Commissioner General, and the removal or otherwise preparation of any excise stamp with the intent to use or cause same to be reused after it has already been used. Anyone found to have committed the offences set out in the regulations may have their goods forfeited to the state in accordance with the applicable provisions under the Customs Act and may also face penalties or legal proceedings. The introduction of the new excise stamp software ensures greater compliance, accountability, and efficiency for importers. Mr. Rabindra Ramsaran, the acting manager of the Excise Stamp and Environmental Levy Unit, illustrates how the stamps are applied on legally imported alcohol and spirits. The introduction of 3 new excise stamps for alcohol products has enhanced the processing time of the excise stamp exercises for importers, wholesalers, and retailers. During a recent stamping exercise at Suri Trading, CEO Frank Sanicharo welcomed the new excise stamping system.
It's working fantastic, and I'm happy to see that GRA is continuing to improve. I know it would have been fantastic that the manufacturer could have put out a stamp, but it's an improvement. Everything cannot change overnight, and I cannot say how happy I am. It's a huge burden that came off my shoulder. Before it used to take up a lot of human resources, and now it's not, and that's good. And we would like to see GRA continue to improve the system. I'm very, very happy about it.
Excise stamps for alcohol and tobacco products were introduced 7 years ago in 2017. The process entailed the manual placement of the excise stamp and subsequent recording of the excise, and is overseen by customs officers of the Excise Stamp and Environmental Levy Unit. On November 1, 2025, 3 new stamps were introduced. These new stamps replaced those previously used for alcohol products. Along with the new stamps, a new stamping system was also introduced. This new system automates the stamping exercise and improves the accuracy with which the GRA can track this data. Acting Manager of the Excise Stamp and Environmental Levy Unit, Rabindra Ramsaran, explains more.
The stamps are supplied on reels. So the system basically is an automated system. So apart from the physical application of the stamp, the same time the stamps are being applied on the bottles, the system is being updated live. So the stamps could be tracked and monitored by officers of the Excise Stamp and Environmental Levy of GRA.
This new excise stamp system reduces the application time for stamping alcohol products by 50%, Comptroller of Customs Mr. Rohan Biku points out. For distributor A.S. Briding and Sons Guyana, the new excise stamping system provides significant time management advantages, as sales manager Jamal Bacchus points out.
It's a little bit more effective when it comes to time management, because previously it will normally take us about 4 to 5 minutes per pallet. Now it's about 30 minutes or a little bit less, depending on the amount of persons working or the amount of machines we have. It's a major time reduction for us, and it's more, we can get the product out more or earlier to the customers instead of having the delays.
The introduction of the new excise stamp system is another initiative by the GRA to improve the efficiency and transparency of the services it provides. Comptroller of Customs Mr. Rohan Biku notes.
These measures all combined, it's with a view of ensuring compliance, but more ensuring transparency as well, accountability, and ensure that the system is more efficient.
The GRA is currently working on developing an app for consumers to be able to scan excise stamps on alcohol and tobacco products to determine its authenticity. More details will be provided closer to the launch date. The improved excise stamp software makes it easier for importers and is backed by an ongoing robust monitoring and verification enforcement by Customs. The Comptroller of Customs, Mr. Rohan Biku, joins us once again to explain. The introduction of new excise stamps for alcohol products is supplemented by stringent security measures to ensure accountability and efficiency in the system. Comptroller of the Customs Excise and Trade Operations, Mr. Rohan Biku, notes there is ongoing enforcement to ensure the excise stamp control remains successful.
The stamp is basically three phases: is application of the stamps, is payment of the taxes, after payment of the taxes, application of the stamps, and then the monitoring, verification, and enforcement activities, which are ongoing over time.
The Excise Stamp Control Program, a measure which was introduced in 2016, is an anti-smuggling measure to reduce the illicit trade of alcohol and tobacco products within Guyana.
A stamp basically signifies on the product, the alcohol or tobacco product, that the full taxes have been paid to the GRA, so that's the first stage to ensure that the taxes are paid. Once the officers have ensured that the taxes are paid, that the applicant is registered in the excise stamp system, then the stamps will be made available and those stamps are placed on the product. So stamp placement to ensure payment of taxes is the first stage.
To ensure the excise stamp system remains a success, there is ongoing monitoring and verification by the Excise Stamp and Environmental Levy Unit, Mr. Biku points out.
And that is done through the excise stamp system, the revamped excise stamp system that has been updated. It is called the GRA excise stamp system. The monitoring and monitoring for the activities of the stamp, the movement, traceability, and so on, tracking, that is done. The third phase will be the enforcement aspect, where both the excise and the enforcement teams will conduct field visits to verify the authenticity of the stamps, to ensure that they have not been tampered with, to ensure they have not been reused. This stamp system, basically, it's so sophisticated, it's going to tell you which consignment, which import that particular item came on, what is the stamp number, all of those by just scanning this stamp with the app. So those three phases together, when they come together, basically are going to be the complete stamp system. And that's the way we verify that the stamps work.
And that is all for this week's Focus on GRA. For more information on excise stamps, you can visit our website, gra.gov.gy. You can also send us your inquiries via email, grapublicrelations@gmail.com or taxadvisory@gra.gov.gy. And follow us on our social media pages for up-to-date tax-related information. Thank you for watching. I'm Tiffany Rodias. Until next time.